Hello all, welcome to MES e-learning channel. In the previous session, we have discussed about development of Indian art. In this session, we will be discussing about development of Western art. So as we all know, art has been an integrated part of human civilization since ancient times, and it has evolved over the time in different forms of the world. The development of art in India and the West has been shaped by different historical, cultural, religious factors. Now, if we talk about the development of art in India, it can be traced back to the Indus Valley civilization where pottery, figurines were produced. Indian art is deeply rooted in religion, and it has been influenced by various religious traditions such as Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. Now, the art of the Gupta period, that is in between 4th to 6th century CE, it is considered as the golden age of Indian art. In this period, we saw the emergence of a unique style of art characterized by delicate lines, graceful figures and realistic portraits of animals and human beings. If we consider the medieval period, that in this period the art is largely influenced by Islamic art that began to be reflected in Indian art. The Mughal period, we saw the development of a unique style of art that blended Islamic and Indian elements all together. We saw miniature paintings, calligraphy, architecture flourished during this period. Now let's move on to Western art. The development of art in the West has been shaped by various cultural and historical factors that includes the influence of Christianity, the Renaissance and the Enlightenment. Western art is characterized by a focus on realism, perspective and individualism. In the Renaissance period, that is in between 14th to 17th century CE, we saw a revival of classical art forms and a focus on realism and humanism. Now, some artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo and Raphael created works of art that are still revered today. In this period of Renaissance, we saw the cultural development, their religious development, and it shows the reflection of their urban society. If we move on to the Baroque period, that is in between 17th to 18th century CE, we saw the emergence of a new style of art that is characterized by elaborate ornamentation, their dramatic lighting and a sense of a movement that we can see in the images, in the pictures. Baroque art and the architecture, the visual arts and the building, their design, their construction, it produced during the era in the history of Western art that roughly coincides with the 17th century. Next period is Rococo period, that is 18th century CE, and we saw a return to a more playful and decorative style of art. This period sometimes also called as feminized version of the Baroque style. The paintings feature beautifully aristocrats in gorgeous clothing. Often the paintings depict a peaceful natural setting with feathery trees and sprays of foliage. This style includes in interior design, their decorative arts, painting, architecture and sculpture that originated in Paris and in the early 18th century, but was soon adopted throughout France and later in other countries, principally Germany and Austria. This art is characterized by lightness, elegance and an exuberant use of curving natural forms in ornamentation. The word rococo is derived from the French word rocaille, which denotes the shell-covered rock work that was used to decorate artificial grottos. Now, these are some of the art that was recognized in Rococo period. So far, we have discussed about three periods where we have studied about the different art forms. In our upcoming session, we will be discussing more about development of Western art. I hope you like the session. Thank you.